All right, scholars, let's take a look at the think about it. Complete this pattern. We have 43 thousandths, 43 hundredths, and 4 3/10. And then we also want to figure out what mathematical rule is used to generate the sequence. How do you know? All right, so it's a great idea to use this place value chart right here to get a visualization of what is happening. So I'm going to start with 43 thousandths, and this guides me to writing this down correctly. And it also helps me say the word correctly. I can see that this 3 is in the thousandths place, so that's why this is 43 thousandths. Going to the next number is 43 hundredths, and it looks like the 4 and the 3 are shifting one space to the left, okay? And if you recall from previous lessons, when a number is shifting one space to the left, it's being multiplied by 1 power of 10. We could put a 0 here if we'd like to. It's optional. Next number is 4 3/10. And once again, you can see that this 4 is shifting 1 to the left, and so is the 3. Okay, and again, you do not need to put zeros there. You could if you want, but we could leave it as 4 3/10. All right, so we want to continue the pattern here. So if we continue the pattern, that means, and let me go ahead and change to text right over here. That means the 4 would end up in the tens place, and if the 4 ends up in the tens place, the 3 would end up in the ones place, and we would get 43. Okay, so that would be the next number. Okay, and then if we shift those numbers again, we might make the mistake of thinking, oh, you're multiplying by 10, so you add a 0, right? You're going to get the right answer, but you might have trouble with some of the questions today, especially the ones that include decimals. But the concept here is that it's not that we're adding a 0. The 4 and the 3 are going to shift to the left. So now there is this empty space, and we have to put the 0 if it's on this side of the place value, the ones, the tens, and the hundreds. So this is going to be 430. Okay, so to answer this question, the mathematical rule that's being used here to generate the sequence is when a decimal fraction is multiplied by 10, all digits shift to the left. And if you're a little confused about the zeros, and we'll practice that, but for now, make sure you understand the main concept, which is when you're multiplying by 10, all digits are going to shift to the left. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at the next question. So I'm going to use the place value chart again and writing my numbers in. So we got 630. Oh, got to use the drawing tool. There we go, 630. Awesome. Next number is 63. All right, so now we can see that 6 is shifting 1 to the right, and so is the 3. And if you recall from previous lessons, when each digit shifts to the right, that means it's being divided by 10. If it shifts 1 to the right, it's divided by 1 power of 10. But once we get to this 6 3/10, we could see from here to here, the 6 shifted 2 times to the right. So to get from 630 to 6 3/10 would be dividing by 100, or 10 to the power of 2. So just writing the answer to this question at the bottom. What mathematical rule is used to generate the sequence? How do you know? There we go. When a decimal fraction, let me fix this a little bit. There we go. It's a little bit better. Maybe a little bit, change the font a little bit. Okay, awesome. Okay, when a decimal fraction is divided by 10, all digits shift to the right. Okay, so again, A little bit confused about the zeros. That's okay. Let's make sure you get this second main concept, which is when a decimal fraction is divided by 10, all digits shift to the right. And this is all in our key point, which is right here. To multiply or divide decimal fractions by powers of 10, shift the digits to the right or the left.